call is now. Wastewater system is made up of pipes and other infrastructure. The job of the pump stations is to pump wastewater through the system. The large sewer lines, called interceptors, carry the wastewater from the smaller sewer lines to the stations and eventually the wastewater treatment plant. The smaller sewer lines are the ones that service homes and businesses. They are connected to the larger sewer lines. Heavy rain events often lead to sanitary sewer overflows in the areas marked with red circles. The pipes overflow when there is not enough capacity for the excess storm and wastewater, which causes an SSO. SSOs are a threat to public health, the environment, and the city's economic growth. Now let's look at an example of how SSOs occur and why the city is building an equalization station here. Under normal conditions, wastewater flows out of your house from sinks, toilets, etc., and into the sanitary sewer system. The rainwater flows into storm drains. During heavy rain events, excess stormwater flows into the sanitary sewer system through improper connections, as well as cracks, leaks, and breaks in the pipes, causing sewers to back up and overflow into streets, yards, and homes. As the heavy rains continue, more manholes overflow. To solve this problem, equalization stations are proposed to be constructed at key locations. Here's a closer look at how an equalization station works. During heavy rain events, the excess water in the pipes is pumped into these stations. It will be gradually released back into the system once there is enough capacity to handle it, typically in 24 to 36 hours. The equalization stations will help eliminate SSOs in the local area. Building these stations is just one part of Clear Chattanooga's efforts to maintain and improve our infrastructure to ensure its reliability for generations to come. Clear Chattanooga. Water for life.
Please change this to the west side to CCTV. So not all.
Does Matthew? All right, I'm on my way up. Gotta keep him right there. Yes. Thank you. Good morning.
Hi.
I'm Matthew.
Chapel Dillingham.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you ready to do this?
Yeah, how do you want us off the bus? Or are you getting on the bus?
Let's ride the bus up to the
Okay.
headworks.
Okay.
We're going to go with the flow.
We love going with the flow.
Yes. Hey, long time no see.
Good morning.
Good morning. We'll do it just like last time.
I wondered, it's my first time.
What's that?
It's my first time.
Oh, is it? I thought you were driving last time. Okay. So what we're going to do is go straight down this road,
Okay.
and I'll tell you where to stop.
Okay.
And then when we get out, if you'll kind of follow us, we'll get back on at a couple of places. We got to be safe. So you can stay parked in the right-hand lane, and you'll be fine. Stop right about there around the 15-mile-an-hour sign, please. This is good. Oh. See? Chattanooga. Where did it go? To us? You don't, it went to the toilet and somebody doesn't know where it went? And then I heard the right answer. It came here. You're at the wastewater treatment plant. That's right. So, do you want to see how we clean?
Water.
Yeah. Clean the water. He sees the methane. He's already spotted it. We're going to talk about that. All right. Let's go over some safety first. Who likes safety? Everybody wants to go home safe, right? All right. Couple of things. We got to stay together. So that means don't go in front of your teachers and don't go in front of me. If I don't go there, you probably don't need to be there. Okay? We're going to stay together. Also, everything here is dirty. So if you touch it, don't put your hands in your mouth or on your face until you wash your hands. So I wouldn't touch anything. Okay? And watch where you step. I know there's a lot to see out here, but pay attention to where you're stepping. There's uneven surfaces. There is railing. I wouldn't trust the railing, but it's there to protect you. I'm going to show you. Okay? I want you to see the lessons. I'm going to tell you about each one, but if you have questions, raise your hand. Glad to answer them. You can call me Mr. Matt, okay? All right. We're going to get off the bus. We're going to go to the right, and we're going to see where the water comes into the wastewater treatment plant. We're going to look at the first step, which is screening. We screen out the large debris. We're going to see what types of stuff get screened out. Has anyone ever flushed anything that they shouldn't have? Well, we've got it for you right here. We can get it right back to you, okay? All right. Remember, don't go in front of me. First thing we're going to look at is here. So don't touch it, but you can see if you can see what's coming out here. Kind of looks like dirt, doesn't it?
What's your foot?
Just remember, when you smell something, you're actually tasting it. You didn't know that? What does it look like? Dirt? It's probably a lot of dirt. lot of inorganics, a lot of sand. All right. So this is the grit. This is the inorganics. Do we have a lot of pumps here? We have a lot of pumps here. Yep. What do you think this stuff does to pumps? Go ahead. You raise your hand. Perfect. Well, sand is kind of like sandpaper, and it wears out the pumps real quick. So we want to make sure and get all that grit out before we pump, and that way it doesn't wear out our pumps. So it's what's known as inorganics. Organic is like dirt that you grow plants in, and then inorganics like sand. Can you grow plants in sand?
No.
Not really. So we want to get those out. Are they heavy? They're real heavy. They settle real quick. That's why they come out so easy in the front. Do you see you see how it's stuck together though? That's from grease. Grease is bad. Who pours the grease down the drain? No, don't pour the grease down the drain. What should you do with the grease? Throw it away. That's right. Put it in an old can and then throw it away or reuse it to cook with. You put it in the trash can? That's good. That's good. It gets hard after a while, doesn't it? After it cools. That's what we want you to do. We're going to see lots of grease and it gives us lots of problems. All right, follow me. You can see here where it goes up. You see how it's walking it up? All right. See any money in there? That's gross.
Not about to throw up. Yeah.
What is that? What does it look like?
It look like
Trash?
it look like trash and doo-doo.
Anybody see any money? No?
There's money and I'm not touching it. Do you see it? Do you see
Is that toilet paper?
Oh,
No. Try this when you go home. Put some toilet paper in some water and let it sit and see what happens. It dissolves. What are these? But what kind of trash? What did this start out as? Plastic? Nope. Nope. Has anybody ever used a baby wipe or a Swiffer? It says flushable on it, doesn't it? Does that mean you should flush it? No, this is very hard to get rid of. So I want you to write a letter for me, okay? I want you to write the company that says flushable. I want you to say, I went to the wastewater treatment today and they said this is not flushable, and it gives us a really hard time treating the wastewater because we have to get all those flushable wipes out. So do not throw those in the toilet and flush them because it gets stuck on everything in the plant, okay? And then write your representative and your congressman too and tell them pass legislation to ban the word flushable on those products. Can you do that for me? Okay. Let's go through here. We are going to the primary treatment. All right, stay right there. Don't lean over this opening, okay? Just stay back. There's no railing, so you can fall in here. I don't want you to fall in, okay? You don't want to join the swimmers club. What's that bar doing? Is it moving real fast or real slow? Moving real slow. Why is it going so slow? Because we want everything to settle. Settling is wastewater treatment. What settles out in this tank? You can say it. Everybody's dying to say it. You know what it is, POOP. This is where raw sludge, POOP, they're all the same thing. Organic suspended solids, that's a real fancy one. Settle. These are primary clarifiers. But what's all that on top? It's scum. Does grease float? Yes, it does. So it's real hard to settle everything, and it floats. It makes our job really hard. I wouldn't either. But we have to have everything. So sometimes we have to take these out of service and we have to clean them. Have to go. Well, we drain the water out first and then we clean all the grease and all the sludge. I think it's about 12 or 14 feet deep. So it's pretty deep. You're not getting in there? Okay. I don't blame you. All right. Any other questions about this? So far we've had mechanical treatment. Mechanical means you can filter it, you can scrape it, you can settle it. Those are all physical science. Yeah, what's the question? We clean it. It comes in looking like this. That's a great question. Did you hear what he said? He said, do you all clean water or do you pollute water? So if it comes in looking like this, by the time we get to the last step, it should look pretty clean, right? If we did our jobs. So that's what we're going to see today. We're going to go from where it comes in to where it goes out. Let's go from left to right. What's your question? What is that yellow stuff? That's probably corn. What's your question? It looks like chicken feathers, doesn't it? Where do we have chicken processing in Chattanooga? Yeah, we do. Guess where they wash all their stuff down the drain, right? What's your question? Yeah, you. Yep. What happens when what? That's when we have to clean it. So everything on the top gets scraped off at the very end, okay, in a trough. And everything on the bottom gets scraped off in a trough underneath your feet. All the primary sludge. What's your question? Yes. Say it again. Yes, it is. What's your question? No. You get so thick. What's in there that you? Viruses, right? Germs, bacteria, chemicals. We hope there's no chemicals in there. Probably is, right? Because people pour stuff like that down the drain. What do you throw back? You jump in the toilet? That's right. You throw it away or you take it back to the pharmacy, right? And dispose of it correctly. So you're saying that you see a flame behind us? So in the human body, what's below the stomach? Below it. They look like long snakes. Your intestines. What do your intestines do to your food? Exactly. What are those over there? Those are digesters. What happens when digestion? What does gas happen sometimes during digestion? And what happens if you light that gas on fire? Does anybody know what type of gas that is? Vapor? What specific type of gas? Methane? You'll learn about that later in chemistry. So that's methane gas from digestion. So the sludge that settles in these tanks goes over and we heat it up to body temperature. Go ahead, what's your question? Those. So that's where the wall is. Yep. Yeah, somebody flushed a cigarette and the screens didn't get it, so it ended up in here. It's all right. See the digesters? All right, let's go over and see the digesters. Let me tell the bus driver to meet us there. Will you tell the bus driver to meet us over there? Where the flame is? Yep. Let's everybody else go this way. That's what happens when you get to. Why do we have these covers on here? That's right. We got the covers on here because it smells so bad. All right, I'm going to close it. 3, 3, 2, 1. Beep. All right. Yes, that's what we're doing. Watch for holes. Watch for holes. Watch out for holes. Watch for holes. Stay right here on this corner. Y'all can go down that rail. Stop right there. Yep. Chocolate milk. You want a cup of chocolate milk? That's a good question. Why is it bubbling? What do you breathe? Is air pure oxygen? It's not. It's only 16% oxygen. You mostly breathe nitrogen. Did you know that? You know you breathe nitrogen? Nitrogen is an element. You're going to learn that later. You see something moving? So what's in here? This is our culture of bugs, our microorganisms that do our treatment. And there's organic solids in there, and there's microbes, and we feed them pure oxygen. It's about the same depth as the other tank, about 12 to 14 feet. It's really deep. And if you fell in this one, you go straight to the bottom. Yep. It does. How much what? 12 to 14. So after it, what do we want to do? Settle it, clean it. So let's go see where we settle this. Right across here. Stop right here on the corner. Stop right here on the corner. Why does it have a line? Because it drives, see that thing that's on top? It's sucking the blanket of sludge off the bottom, the secondary sludge off the bottom, and it's putting it in the channel. Same as the other. Is it cleaner yet? No? It doesn't look a little cleaner. It doesn't have as many things floating in it. It's just kind of brown, isn't it? What's it got growing on the side? There's bubbling things coming up too. That's a good observation. Does that mean the sludge? Do you think the sludge is producing those bubbles? I do too. No fish, but the sludge is producing gas. In here? No. A shark? I think you're being silly. All right, let's go across here. Look both ways before you cross the street. Here's the digesters. It is dead. It smells like a fly trap. It's biosolids. You know what biosolids are good for? Do you grow any tomatoes or anything in the garden? What do you grow in your garden? You don't grow nothing? Why not? You don't ever plant flowers? No? So what we're seeing is the dewatered activated sludge and the dewatered raw digested sludge as well. Where's it going? Into a well? No. Going in a truck. That's what I'm asking. Where do the trucks go? They go to farms. Yeah, they go to farms. And we spread it on the farms to grow crops. That's gross? You're never going to eat crops again? It does. It's Class B biosolids. Class B means that there's a small chance, very, very small chance that there might be a pathogen in there. All right. So Class B biosolids are safe for application on farms with crops that are eaten by livestock, not by humans. There has to be 1 degree of separation in between humans and Class B biosolids. Why? Because we produce 70,000 tons of biosolids a year. Can we ensure that there's not one tiny virus and all that? No. So in 30 days, though, viruses have to live at body temperature. Viruses can't live if it's not at body temperature. So we separate all living things for 30 days, including cows and chickens and pigs. And it's a great fertilizer, and the farms are anywhere from 100, on average, about 100-mile radius of Chattanooga and Hamilton and all the surrounding counties. And it's totally free to the farmers. And prior to starting our land application program, all of that 70,000 tons went to the landfill And that was more than all the garbage combined. So it's a good thing that it's diverted away from the landfill. We are Chattanooga's #1 recycler, okay? What's your question? I don't smell anything. I don't smell anything. What's your question? That's a good question. What is this right here? This is the digesters. And the digesters are producing what type of gas? Methane, that's right. So, can you run an engine with methane? You actually can. If you can run an engine, can you produce electricity? So we could actually produce electricity, but we reuse our gas to heat our digesters. This has to be the same temperature as your body. What temperature is your body at? 100? If you have a fever, it's at 100. 98.6 degrees. So that's the mesophilic temperature. Go for it. Biosolid. What's the difference between doo-doo and biosolid? It's dewatered, it's eaten by microbes, and it's stabilized by iron.
Microbes don't eat.
Huh?
Microbes.
Yes, they do. You're going to see it in a minute. All right. Let's get back on the bus and let's see the final step. See if I can get her to pull up here. Stay right here. Stop. Stop. Stay right there. Stay with us, please. Stay with us. So, no, hang a left. I asked for you to stay with us, please.
Oh, she told me to stop right to me. She said you said stop by the first time.
Stay with us. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got one more thing to see, and then we're gonna go to like a classroom. You're going to the therapy.
What's that? What? like your shirt. Do we leave it? Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Let's go all the way down to where that white truck's pulling out.
I can find them small good.
Hang a left at the intersection, please. We're going to stop right at those steps, the second set of steps up here. Those up there. All right. Just hang out here. We'll be good. All right. You can go all the way in that corner, okay? So here's what we're looking at. Nope. Did you say it smells better? Come on up. You're scared? All right. I need a teacher. I need a teacher. Will you pull a sample? It's disinfected at this point, so it's completely, it's going to smell a little bit like chlorine because that's what it is. But you want to get it in the flow. And, all right. And then pull it up. And then I'd like to show it to them. So if you could pour it through the grape and they can see, y'all hold on, you're going to see the final product, okay? I want you to tell me if this is cleaner than when it started, okay? All right. Can everybody see?
Ready? Here we go.
Let's do it again.
What do you think? Yes.
It looks cleaner, doesn't it? Is that clean? Is that clear?
Hey, if you already saw it once, back up and go ask me what you
Did we do a good job? We did. Thank you. We'll just wrap it around there once. You're afraid? That's okay. All right. So now that the water's clean and we saw where the solids are going, where do we put the wastewater? Back in the ocean. Are we by the ocean?
No.
How far away is the ocean?
1 minute or 2 minutes.
It's a long way away. So where would we put it?
100 minutes.
What's close by though?
The river.
Which river?
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga River. I never heard of that one. Where? Tennessee River is right.
Tennessee River.
Tennessee River. You want to go see where the water goes back into the Tennessee River? All right, here's the rules. We're going to go in a straight long line. No one's going to run. And you're going to stay behind me or your teacher, okay? But we're going to walk down to where this goes in a pipe underneath our feet. It gets a little bit of dechlorination because we don't want to kill anything in the river. And then it goes back in the river. But we're going to see that. Is that okay with you all? Okay. We're going to get in the line first. Let's everybody get in lines first, okay? I'm going to tell the bus driver real quick, okay? All right. Hey, I just want to apologize if that came off harsh earlier.
Yeah, because I was going by her.
I know, and I thought
she was confused. She really didn't know what she was saying. And I'm like,
I sincerely want to apologize if that came out wrong.
you all right? I accept it.
Okay, okay. We're gonna walk down through the gate, and we're gonna walk all the way down to the Tennessee River and see where the water goes back in the river.
Okay.
If you want to follow us, that turn's a little tricky through that gate. So if you have some problems, and the buses normally make it, but it takes them a couple of times. Okay, okay. And then just follow us down to the river, and we'll jump back on the bus and come back up here to the training center.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. All right, are we ready? Which line is going behind me? This one? Okay, so this line's gonna go, and then this line's gonna go, and then this line's gonna go, okay? So y'all follow me. Watch your step right here. Watch your step. What are those? I'll give you a hint. What's on my hat?
Oh, I know what those is, but I forget what they're called. Solar battery?
Solar panels. That's right. That's what we have right here too. You getting tired? You're getting tired? Guess how far you walked? Guess how far you walked? It's a mile from the head of the plant out to the river. A mile. Well, we rode on the bus for a little while, right? Because we get exercise. Do you get exercise? No? Yeah? Golf carts? We do have golf carts. You've driven a golf cart? Where at? On a golf course? Yeah?
Oh, there's the winner. There's the winner. Never actually won. Did you win? So I can drive her to the very copy.
What was the rule? Remember the rule? And what? I want you to stay safe. Okay. What kind of animals? Turkeys and deer and rabbits and groundhogs. We got turkeys.
I can get the water. There's a little one.
Yeah, come on up. You can go up to the rail if you want. Did you see the solar panels on the way?
We talked about that.
Did you?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Good. You all walked a long way. Are you tired? Did you see the solar panels? Did you see the solar panels? Did you see the solar panels? Are you tired? It's a mile from the head of the plant out here. Yeah. It's a valve. Do you see them? Do you see the boat out there? What are they doing? They're fishing. If we didn't do our job, would there be fish to eat? and catch? That's right.
Oh yeah, look, there's water under you. That's pretty cool.
What do you see down there? Water. That's the same water we just saw. It goes in a pipe, and it goes about 60 feet out and about 20 to 30 feet down.
I saw a black bag down there.
A black bag? Oh no.
See someone that water? Look.
I don't see it.
No, it's not in here.
Oh, is it some trash in the water? Do you ever pick up trash in the water?
Like this river.
Because of pollution, probably.
Do you all know where this river goes? Where does it go? To the ocean, but where does it go first? Where? To the lake? Which lake? Where does it start? Where does this river start? Chattanooga? Where's it before Chattanooga? You ever go to Knoxville?
Is that in the same continent?
No. That's all, yeah.
Where does it go after Chattanooga? Does it go to Alabama? It does. It goes into Alabama and it says, uh-oh, I'm the Tennessee River. I don't need to be in Alabama. And it goes right back into Tennessee. There's fish in the Tennessee River. You ever go fishing in the Tennessee River? You do? You ever hear of the Ohio River? The Tennessee River goes to the Ohio River.
It's a frog in there. It's a frog. It's a frog.
There's a frog down there? This is the most exciting thing that's ever happened up here. It is.
I studied frogs back in the
Oh my Lord.
I studied black frogs. They're dying. They jumped out the water into there.
Do frogs like dirty water? They don't. So we must have done a good job. I hate to pry them away.
Bye. Are you good? All right.
Who wants to go in the air conditioning? Oh, wow. That's a popular one today. Well, let's go hop on the bus and we'll go to the training center and we'll learn some more, okay? All right. Yes. No.
It's like that. While we go in the back of our lines, we don't push. Do it tomorrow.
Be careful on the steps. Be careful on the steps. The frog likes the clean water, likes the job we did. All right. We're just going to hop on the bus, and then we're going to go up to that brick building.
Also, I have a note for you.
There's I've cleared out. Oh,
From another class that came. I don't know what's on the inside.
thank you so much. Who were the teachers? I didn't get to meet them.
Sarah, Miss Polly, and Miss Custer came.
Okay. So this is a collective letter?
One student that wrote the letter. You got that.
That's fantastic. I can't wait. I'll open it when we get in here and sit down.
That sounds good. I didn't know
Okay.
that.
Okay. That's fantastic.
Let me get one up there.
I like those shoes. Can I wear those? Okay. Are you all going to write me a letter too? No. Oh, you write me a letter? Okay. Thank you. We're going to learn about microbes next. I'll give you something to write me about.
Microbes. He's gonna teach us.
That's right.
Go on. Microbes. Come on. It's probably a bacteria. The bacteria.
It eats bacteria.
Yeah, I think so.
It's an animal. No, we're going to learn all about it. And we're going to look at them under a microscope. You ever look under a microscope? It's little teeny tiny. All right. We're just going up to the brick building right there. And you're welcome to come in and sit in the air conditioner with us and take a load off if you like. Yeah, I think we're done at 11, right? I think. Yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes. Yes. All right. Ready? We gotta prop the door open. Yes. Don't smoke. Just find a spot on the floor. Find a spot on the floor. Uh-oh.
You're 28. Take like 5 steps back. Make sure you're not. You're 28. Okay, I have asked you to step back. So you need to step back. Jason, now.
I'll sit down. Sit down. One spot on the floor. Sit down.
Sit on the floor.
All right. Take a card. If you find a treat in there, you can have one. But take one card, okay?
Oh, and I want one at a time for you. 29. I got one.
One if you're swarming it.
One card. It's yours to keep, okay? Hang on to it. One card.
When you have your card, give it back.
I'll come to you. Everyone sit down. I'll come to you, okay?
You have to be on your bottom to get a card.
On your bottom. On your bottom. All right. Stay on the bottom. Card. Who's ready? Go fast. One card. If you find a three, you can have one. You already did. You already did. One card. Get yours. Get yours. One card and three. These cards are yours to keep, okay? One card and one three. Fast. Moving along. Take the card one way. Card one three. Move fast.
If you get up,
What is that?
All right.
Oh, is there water? What?
if you get up, and come sit by us.
Let's do a little experiment here.
Oh,
What's in the jar?
dirty water.
Dirty water.
What's dirty?
What's in the bottom there?
Dirty. Dirty.
Dirt?
Right
I think you're gonna be surprised.
there.
Oh, sorry about that. There we go. I'll give you a hint. It's on your card.
Annabelle. Journey.
Microbes. Microbes. You know that?
I didn't do one.
See the bottom? See the bottom? So let's see if we can get one of these bugs out and take a look at him. Y'all ready for that? All right, first thing we gotta do, we gotta mix them up. You remember when we saw that channel and it was all bubbling and everything? That's where I got this morning. I got it this morning. I dipped them out and I put them in this jar. It kind of looked like that, didn't it?
I love it. You put that bottom, listening carefully. I love my audience listening carefully.
All right.
Guys, can you back up a little bit? So we have
You can actually see better if you back up.
Hey, Brian.
Let's get a sample out of here. What do you say?
We all have those.
Oh,
That's dirty. How did you get it?
I did, remember when we did the bucket?
Yeah.
When the teacher did the bucket?
Oh,
I did the same thing, but I did it in that channel that was bubbling.
I didn't get it. How did it straight up? I didn't.
Right. So this is called a slide, okay?
I have one right now.
You have a microscope at home? Maybe you want to come help me do this? Good?
Yeah.
You know how to do it. Come on up.
Let me go.
No?
I'm gonna try it.
Want to put one drop on the slide, okay? Then I'm going to take another piece of glass, even smaller, a sandwich. That's it, a little bigger. And we're going to put it under the microscope. Whoa!
Good. Water. Good. I thought that was
All right. What are we seeing on the screen there? It's moving, isn't it? Does it look like your micro on your card? Which one? Which one of your old cards is on the screen? You think?
We're gonna figure that out right now.
You can hear my voice with your hands in your lap as a different phrases.
All right. So who has a crawling cilia?
Does anyone have one that looks like that?
What's your mighty power? All of my tiny hair-like cilia have moved simultaneously and wave and through the water. And most of the cilia are on the lower surface of my body, which can make them look like legs. Your mighty meal is you eat bacteria and flagellates. Your mighty measurement, you're only about 2 millimeters long. You're about the size of the head of a pin. And if you see the little pin extending from the corner of the microscope, that's about the size of the head of a pin, okay? You live in the secondary treatment in the aeration basin with lots of sludge. And here's what you look like in real life. See that one on the screen? You probably see one. All right, who has algae? I bet you saw some algae today in the secondary, didn't you? The green stuff? Yep. What's your mighty power, algae? You produce oxygen. And what does everybody breathe? Oxygen. What do the other microbes breathe? They breathe oxygen as well. So, and they produce oxygen from photosynthesis, and other microbes need this oxygen to consume unwanted nutrients in the sludge. So you do double the duty with your mighty power. What do you eat? What's your mighty meal? You can eat nitrogen and phosphorus. Those are very important. And your mighty measurement is algae can range vastly in size. They can be single cells or multi-cell organisms. Has anyone heard about the algae that's coming on shore on the East Coast, especially down in Florida right now? That might be a good follow-up thing to study. You live in the secondary treatment in the aeration basin with lots of sludge. And here's what you might look like. There are thousands of different types of algae, okay? And you can see the scale of how big they are. So algae can be good and it can be bad. If you have a whole lot of nutrients in the water, you have a question? Yes, algae can be red, blue, green, mainly they're green, brown. They can be about any color. And that's what I was about to say. Algae can also starve the water of important oxygen for fish and things too. So algae, too much algae can be bad, but the right amount of algae can be good. Who has the amoeba? Your mighty power is you can change your body into many different shapes, like you were doing when you got here on the camera. Remember that? Yeah. So it's probably good that you got the amoeba. You can change into a star shape, which allows me to float freely in the water. And then when you want to attach to something, you turn back into a circle. You eat ciliates and other bacteria, and you trap your prey using your long arms called pseudopods. So I want you to refer to your arms as pseudopods the rest of the day if you're amoeba, okay? You're as small as 0.25 millimeters or as large as 8 millimeters. And you're from the size of a pencil dot up to the size of an adult housefly. And you also live in secondary treatment in the aeration basin with lots of sludge. Here's what you look like in real life.
Oh. We're doing big like that. I thought that was a starfish.
Kind of looks like a starfish. All right, stalk ciliates. Who has a stalk ciliates? You save your energy by attaching to one place and then using your tiny hairs, your cilia, to bring food to your mouth. And you can grow branches. Each makes me look like a tree, and I have a muscular fiber in my stalk that lets me coil up and strike like a spring. And you're actually seeing some stalk ciliates on the screen right now, actually. So the little ones that you're seeing moving, see that one moving right there in the middle? That's a stalk ciliate. Stalk ciliates are very common of a good sludge age in wastewater treatment. So you eat bacteria and algae, watch out algae. If you're an algae and you're sitting close to a stalk ciliate, don't get eaten, okay? You're 0.2 millimeters, the size of a small pencil dot, and you live in the secondary treatment, the aeration basin with lots of sludge. And here's what you look like in real life. There's different types of stalk ciliates too. Let's see if we can see one of these better here. I think that might be that. See this one right in the back there, moving around? That's this one. Probably a daphne. Those are lots and lots of stalk ciliates. There's one right in the middle. All right. Who has a rotifer? Your head looks like a crown. It's made of hair-like cilia that bring food into your mouth. So you eat with your hair. And I also had a jaw that lets me grind up my food. And your babies, which are laid as eggs, are very tough and can even survive when there is no water. And you eat bacteria and food particles, and you're about 0.2 to 0.5 millimeters, the size of a pencil dot. And you live in secondary treatment in the aeration basin with lots of sludge. Here's what you look like in real life. See any rotifers on the screen? What's that? No? No, they don't stay. They look like the same one. They look pretty similar. Who has the spirochete? Spirochete? What's your mighty power, spirochete? You're super fast swimmer, which helps you escape from other microbes that want to eat you. And there are also a lot of spirochetes around. There are more spirochetes in a handful of soil than there are people on the planet. So you eat mostly anything, including bad chemicals. So let's talk about bad chemicals. What should you do with your chemicals that are under? You should never touch them, right? Only adults touch chemicals, right? Under the sink. You all don't touch chemicals. Cleaning products, detergents. You touched one, didn't you? I can see the look on your face. What happened? You touched one. What happened? You get in trouble? No, you had to clean. You had to clean up your bathroom because it was dirty. That's okay. If your parents or your grandparents or the person who takes care of you tells you to clean up, they should probably supervise you. But what should you not do with chemicals? You shouldn't touch them with bare hands, right? It's bad for you. What should you not do with chemicals? Drink them. What else? Why shouldn't you drink them? That's a good point. It might kill you, right? Well, what would it do if you poured it down the drain and it came here? Would it kill your microbes? It sure would. If we don't have microbes, do we have wastewater treatment? No. So what should you do with your chemicals? Take them back on chemical take-back day. The city has days when you take those to the correct place. Old paint, old household chemicals, you can take them to the household chemical collection station. They're usually with their recycle stations, and we'll dispose of them properly. We'll keep them out of the wastewater. Spirochetes are one of the smallest microbes at about 0.01 millimeters and can only be seen with a microscope. And you live in secondary treatment, the aeration basin with lots of sludge, and here's what you look like in real life.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Who has the water barrier? You're also called a tardigrade. In your mighty power, sometimes you're called the water barrier. And you have 2 teeth near the mouth, and you can puncture the skin of your prey, and you can suck the contents out. So you're super tough, and you can survive extreme temperatures, and you can even come back to life after dying out of freezing. And you eat the body fluids of other microbes like nematodes and rotifers. Oh, if you're sitting next to a nematode and a rotifer, tardigrade, then please don't bite them and suck the juice out of them, okay? So you're about 0.2 to 0.5 millimeters in length and size, about the size of a pencil dot, and you live in the secondary treatment in the aeration basin with lots of sludge. Here's what you look like in real life. Who's got the nematode? Nematode! You can bite and tear your food, and you are wastewater treatment's early warning system. If there are bad chemicals in the wastewater, you're the first of the microbes to die. Sorry. Which alerts operators to the problem. Did you all see any operators out there today operating the equipment?
Yes.
I did. And you eat algae and bacteria, and you're about 5 millimeters the size of an ant. And you live in secondary treatment in the aeration basin with lots of sludge. And here's what you look like in real life. Who's got the Daphnia? I think I saw a Daphnia in there. Guess what your mighty power is? You can clone yourself. You have a twin? That's right. Your body's transparent and you're often very hard to find under the microscope. It's moving, isn't it? Sometimes you're called the water flea because of the way you swim, and you can eat algae and bacteria, and you're 5 to 6 millimeters in length, the size of an ant, and you live in the secondary treatment in the aeration basin with lots of sludge. That's what you look like in real life. Yeah. Who's got the flagellated protozoan? Yay, you move very quickly using your whipping appendage called a flagella. And it comes straight out of your head. And you trap food on the surface of your cell in a cup-like pocket where it can gradually ingest it. And you can eat bacteria and food particles, and you're 0.2 to 0.5 millimeters the size of a pencil dot. And you live in the secondary treatment, the aeration basin with lots of sludge. And here's what you look like in real life. See it up there, maybe? Who has the paramecium? Paramecium. You swim very quickly using the hair-like cilia that you're covered in. And it makes you really hard to see into the microscope. And your cilia sweep food into your mouth. And you're smart. You're smart enough to swim around obstacles and towards food. And you eat bacteria, and you're around 0.3 millimeters the size of a pencil dot. And you also live in secondary treatment in the aeration basin with lots of sludge. And that's what you look like. All right. This one doesn't have a card, but when we look at digestion is a different kind of microbe. It's an anaerobic bacteria and microbe. That means it doesn't breathe air. It breathes carbon dioxide. And these are what's called methane producers. So they're the ones producing the gas that we had the flame that you saw. What's your question?
What is secondary treatment?
Secondary treatment, that's a perfect question. Let's look and see what secondary treatment is.
What? Thank you for saying
Alright, if you hear my voice, put your hand on your lip. If you hear my voice, put your finger on your nose. Okay, make sure your hands are in your lap and you're facing forward.
All right. So the question was, where is the secondary treatment? Well, let's go look at the whole flow. Okay.
Wow.
Ooh.
Hey, you went there. All right, here we go. So this is where we started. You remember when we got off the bus the first time? We were in the screens. You remember all the trash and the whites that you're supposed to write? You're supposed to write the company and tell them that they're not flushable. You promised me you would. Okay. And then we saw the grit as well. And all that is the headworms. And then we went over and we flipped the lids open at the primaries and we saw the primary clarification. And we didn't go down here to EQ because of all the construction, but we did walk across and we saw where the oxygen and the aeration was taking place. And then all these tanks on both sides, those are all secondary clarification. And that's just where my jar goes. So I got this jar out of the secondaries. And look, remember when I shook it up earlier? What happened to it?
It went down
Is it
again.
dirt? Remember I got sampled this and I put it in the microscope. What are these? It's the microbes, right? So this is in the secondary. So wastewater treatment, the top part, see all that part? Will that ever settle out on the top? It won't. So we have to put bugs in here. They eat everything on top, and then they themselves sink. And then we take them away and we put them in a spin cycle, like on your washing machine. You ever take your clothes out of the washing machine? They're not all the way dry, but they're mostly dry, right? They're kind of wrung out. That's what we do with this sludge. And that's how we end up with the biosolid, right?
So that's secondary.
That's secondary. Yes. So, and then we take the biosolid, we truck it out to the farms, and we grow crops. See anybody you recognize on there?
You.
Is that me?
Right there.
What kind of crops do you see on there too?
I see a goat.
Do you see soybeans and corn?
Where are we right now?
Hold on. Everyone, mouth shut. So after we get done, after the microbes get done eating all the solids out of the water, we end up with this. I got this from, remember where we went out to the river?
Yeah.
I got this from there, where you saw the frog.
Yeah.
That's pretty clean, isn't it? Compared to this. Can you drink it? I wouldn't drink it.
Is it deep?
No, it's a little brown though, isn't it?
What is that? That's yellow.
Do we treat wastewater for industries as well as restaurants as well as homes? We do. We do. There's a process in Chattanooga called Southern Cellulose, and they what they do is they remove cotton fibers from cotton. And they make the water a little bit brown, but it's an organic material, so it won't hurt you. So we don't really treat it for that brown color. But some places in the desert do take this part, the effluent, and they hook it up to the drinking water plant, and they further filter it, and they add flocculant, and they add more disinfection, and it goes straight to your house for drinking water. If you live anywhere out west in the desert where water's scarce, and they don't have a big river next to their house, that may be what they did. Wastewater is not the same in every city. So every one of them is a little bit different, and that has to do with the volume and the available treatment processes. So you also saw where the sludges settle out. So we have raw sludge, and we do a thing called gravity thicken, where you just give it extra time to sit still. If we give that extra time, that blanket gets thicker and thicker. It will. All right. How much do we treat a day? Do you have any idea how much wastewater we treat a day? How much water do you use a day?
Gallons.
Gallons? How many gallons? 10 gallons a day? The average house uses 100 gallons per person per day. On average. You may use less, you may use more. When do you use water? You take a shower or a bath? You take it in the morning or in the evening, or both? Both. Evening. I heard all three. So how much? What uses more water, a shower or a bath? More water. If you take a quick shower, now if you stay in there and you sing and you dance, you're probably going to use more water. I see these two laughing. They definitely sing and dance in the shower. Okay. So, how many people have wastewater that comes here? Is it just Chattanooga? No, it's not just Chattanooga. Which county is Chattanooga in? Hamilton County Schools. You're exactly right. But what are these three counties, and what's that dark line? What state is Catoosa County? It's in Georgia. So these counties also come here as well. So that's a big area, and that's a lot of people. That's about 500,000 people in that red box there, in that red shape. But just in Chattanooga, in the city of Chattanooga, there's around 180,000 people, about 60,000 customers. So do that math. What's 60,000 times 100 gallons per household per day?
6,000.
Oh, that's hard math. Let's just read this. So that's 140 million gallons per day. That's how much we can do through our regular treatment. And then we can do 80 extra for a total of 220 million gallons per day. And on average, we receive about 65 million gallons a day. And 1 million gallons is a pool that's 267 feet long, 10 feet deep, and 50 feet wide. So that's a lot of wastewater. So when you flush, where does the water go from your house? Goes in the sewer. Is there more than one sewer? There is more than one sewer. There's a sanitary sewer and there's a storm sewer. And they're different. Have you ever lost anything down one of these? What'd you do? What did you? Who can you call to get that for you? I'll give you a hint. 311. If you call 311, who comes out? I do. Public Works. The Public Works Department, the city of Chattanooga. 311. You didn't know that? If your garbage doesn't get picked up, who do you call? 311. If you see a pothole, who do you call? 311. If something goes down this drain and you want it out, you want it back, call 311. They'll come and get it for you. You should probably call them and come and get it. So here's your toilet, here's your bathtub, here's your sink. And it goes through a pipe, and it goes down. Oh, there's your laundry room. And it goes down underneath your house, right? You ever see those pipes in your basement or underneath your house? And then it goes out underneath the street, right? And then once it's underneath the street, it follows the street typically. What size pipe is it? Is it big enough for me to walk in?
Yes.
No, it's only about this big. It's only about 8 inches. But when it gets down to the plant, is it big enough for me to walk in? Yes, it's 84 inches. So it's really big. Now downtown, we have a very old sewer system, and it's still combined downtown. So what we do downtown is we have what's called combined sewer overflow stations. And that water used to go out to the river. And what happens if dirty water goes out to the river? Can you swim in it anymore? Can you fish in it anymore? No. Has it always been that way? Have you always had to send the wastewater to the wastewater treatment plant?
No.
What year did you have to, by law, send wastewater to a wastewater treatment plant? I'll give you a hint. It's called the Clean Water Act of 1998. 1998?
1996. 1996. 1995.
1973. 1973. I was born in 1979. I'm 44 years old. That's old, isn't it? How old are you all? 9? You're 12? Come on, let's be quiet. Let's raise your hand. If you have a question, raise your hand. Everybody? I know we all want to participate. You have to raise your hand. I promise I'll call on you, okay? So the point is, Clean Water Act in 1972, 73, there hasn't been wastewater for a long time. It's only been about 50 years. So there's an opportunity for each and every one of you to invent a new way to clean wastewater. Does anybody have any ideas how you would treat wastewater? How would you do it? You're on the spot. Today's your first day. You're an environmental engineer. You're a civil engineer. How are you going to clean the wastewater? Use a filter? That's a really good idea. Have you ever used a filter at home? Have you ever made coffee?
Yes.
So what happens after you're done making coffee? What's left over? You have to clean the filter out, right? So what do you do with that dirty filter? You just throw it away. Where does stuff go when you throw it away? It goes to the dump. It goes to the landfill, right? Now, if you were cleaning 65 million gallons a day of dirty filters, that'd be a lot of filters, wouldn't it? So what might be a better way to clean wastewater? Did that cost anything to let it sit there and settle? That was free, wasn't it? You can make a machine. What kind of machine are you going to make? I challenge you to go back to your class and come up with a way to treat the wastewater. A new way to treat the wastewater. Okay? The last class on Tuesday wrote me a letter. I'm going to see what kind of letter they wrote me here. Y'all want to help me out in that? Okay. I don't want to hurt whatever's in it. Okay. Let's just tear just the corner of it. Oh, there we go. I got it. See what's in there. Oh, it's a letter. Here we go. It's 2 letters.
Adrian, look at Ryan.
Look at that. It's called How to Drive It. This must be a way to treat the wastewater. I'm gonna have to read this real quick. Let's see what the other one says too. Hold on just a sec.
stay on your bottom. You guys are doing so well.
All right, so can you see on the screen?
I can't see it. See that picture? Oh yeah, it's a person.
This looks like a new way to treat the wastewater. So on this one, this is by Courtney Robertson. It says a worker, and it has a roof, and it has a navigation. It has me pulling a lever here, and it has belts, and it has a trash can, and it has, and then the stuff on the belt gets sucked through and goes into pipes. And it says filter stuff here. So they had an idea, just like, who had the idea of the filter? You did, right? But they didn't know that it makes a whole lot of dirty filters. So y'all can come up with a different way that doesn't have a whole lot of dirty filters, right? And then all the clean water goes through. So that's a good way to treat and treat the wastewater. Let's see what this one says. It says, when you write that letter, don't need so much paper. I'm afraid I messed it up. Pull lever to work and read the, this is instructions for how to run the machine. So I should have read the instructions. My wife does that all the time, but of course I didn't. So I tried to work the machine without reading the instructions. So these are the instructions on how to use the machine. And we thank Courtney for that. Thank you so much, Courtney. Courtney Robinson. Do you know Courtney Robinson? She's one of your classmates. All right, we're at 11:15. Do we have more time, or are we at time? Well, I tell you what. When you get older, you want to come here and work with me? Well, let me tell you something. Working here is very rewarding. You like doing things for the environment, keeping the environment safe? It's a great place to work. You get a whole bunch of money. As much as teachers make. Okay? That's right. And you're a public servant. So, what's your question? How do you get this job? You go to Chattanooga.gov and you look at the human resources page on there, and you can be an intern. I was an intern, and I actually looked at cameras that went through the pipes, these robots that went through the pipes, and then they checked the condition of the pipes, and it was real fun. Then I worked my way up, and then I got to be the engineering manager, and now I get to come and talk to you folks. I am a manager. What? You're welcome.
What do we do this for? Thank you so much.
Keep your cards and take them home. Okay? You don't have cards?
What about the family? How about the back
We'll give it to you. back and see me, okay?
I might come there.
We're throwing every day. Especially Super Bowl halftime. Everyone gets up and he's back at the same time.
You gotta watch Cowboy.
You do.
Right.
You got to do that. Great. Oh,
I'm doing mine.
thank you all. Get up to that. Get up here.
Yeah.